Jack.
You understand, bro?
Huh.
Unpopular or maybe honestly popular opinion. I'd rather see D Rose in the NBA Hall of or Basketball Hall of Fame before Westbrook. What do you think about that?
I agree with that. I think D Rose has more of a legacy than Westbrook because Westbrook is kind of just makes his own opinions, and like, he's a decent player, but I think D Rose was better in his prime than Russ was.
I think D Rose's MVP was better than Russ's,
hands down.
Like no question, youngest MVP, carried his team to like not only a playoff spot, but he actually carried them through the playoffs too. It wasn't a first round exit like Westbrook every goddamn year. I mean,
right.
Yeah.
I feel like both of them aren't like carriers. Like they can't be one person on a team and have the whole team do well. I feel like they need people with them.
A lot of basketball
D-Rose
point
does
guards
it better than Russ. Like Russ needs people. D-Rose could maybe slide a little bit, I feel like.
I don't even know what the perfect team around Westbrook is. Like this guy, everything you give him, he just fails with. Like he has a guard that can.
Do you remember?
Go ahead.
You remember like a million years ago when he had Harden and KD with him on OKC, and they were doing just okay. You know, like three of them, and they were doing just okay.
I feel like that was definitely a coaching problem too, because exactly what's going on with the Wizards, like whatever coach they have, I don't even know his name. He just can't come up with like an offensive scheme at all. Like Westbrook just cannot stop jacking up shots for no reason. Oh, God. Dude, I just can't stand him, bro. Everything about him pisses me off. Like, everything about him is unnatural.
Russ?
Whether it's stat padding, talking shit while down 30, like, his competitiveness to, like, it's annoying, man. You can't be competitive if you don't win.
I feel like I never see him happy. He's always just, like, complaining. Or
bro. He's always so angry after a dunk, bro. Like, just put a smile on that face, bro. Turn that frown upside down. What the hell are you so mad for, bro?
I saw the Nets.
Speaking of basketball, though, the Hawks,
dude,
I feel like that's what we're about to bring up. Yeah.
The NBA didn't want us to go 4-0, bro. The refs were calling some BS.
The Hawks not only that though, like we were 3-0 and now we're 3-1 against the Nets, but that one loss we have it was not a bad game. It was high scoring.
It was such
super
a tight
close
game
the whole time.
And I'm so mad that I couldn't watch it, bro. Like I literally it
was a great game. Yeah, I watched it. It was really good.
Because that night Florida was playing too, and I went to my buddy's house to watch like the Florida game, and when I get there and like this girl's watching it, like she's watching a movie on the couch, and I'm like, bro, I thought we were coming here to watch the Florida game. And he's like, yeah, I thought so too.
Aw.
So, man.
Have you guys, just so I can feel like I'm sporty or not, but so you've seen the big thing about Jake Paul wanting to challenge Conor McGregor in a boxing match, right?
Yeah.
And you know, Jake Paul put up like the $50 million for like to challenge Conor to a boxing match. And I don't know. I think it's just amazing because I'd really want to see that.
I think you could actually take him.
Well,
really?
Well,
in a boxing match, he might be able to. That's the thing. But I don't know. Apparently, it's not going to happen this year.
I feel like Jake Paul has more boxing in him than McGregor.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely. I want to see how Logan does against Mayweather, but
oh yeah, no, he's done for.
He's done for, but like we can kind of compare because Jake Paul and Logan Paul are in very similar weight classes, and we can kind of compare.
Yeah, no, for
Conor's performance against Floyd against Logan's performance against Floyd and sort of extrapolate maybe how Jake Paul would do against McGregor.
Who did he fight last?
I don't know.
Hey,
it brings up.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jack.
I don't know. It brings up the issue of like, what if Jake Paul wins? Like Jake Paul is not. I mean, he's a professional. I guess you could be considered. He's a professional now, but he's a YouTuber. He's a personality. So if someone like him beat Conor McGregor's career would basically be over.
Okay,
not exactly since
training,
Conor McGregor is. I mean, he's not a boxer, and he's the. I guess since the best lightweight in the UFC retired recently, he's now probably one of the best lightweights, if not best fighters in the world. And so, like, boxing is definitely just sort of his fucking like his sideshow. But I mean, he has a fight in the UFC, not for the championship, but he has a fight at the end of January against. Oh God, what's his name? I think he's against Poirier, but like his MMA career is really kicking off. But I do think that if he lost to Jake Paul, which is likely, I don't want to put it against him, but that would be pretty. It would just be really good for Jake Paul, and he'd never stop talking about it.
Snoop
feel
Dogg
like
had the best commentary.
People really need to stop sleeping on the Paul brothers, especially Jake, bro. This man's a killer.
He fucking flattened Nate Robinson in that
Dude,
fight.
like, everybody was like, oh, dude, Nate's going to get it. I'm like, bro, Jake's been training for years.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have anything better to do. He has a ring in his house. All he does is, like, whoop people's ass in sparring and get an ego boost, and then gets in a ring with a short-ass, like, ex-NBA player.
Yeah, and just fondles him, just, like, cuddles him. He's over. It was a really fucking terrible fight for
I
Nate.
think I won like $5 on it, but I really should have put more.
Yeah.
Like after like
Did you really?
yeah. I mean, I was watching it in a room with a bunch of guys that were hating on Jake. I was like, all right, man, y'all.
Oh, okay.
It's obviously not every day, bro, for y'all, man.
Oh god, dude. It's honestly fascinating to see YouTube personalities start like fighting each other, because it really, I feel like it started with the Paul brothers, but I think it might be like a further trend, like moving on with popular YouTuber, like especially popular male YouTubers that are gonna start, like, if they have beef on YouTube, they're gonna like start fucking.
I feel like the boxing is outplayed now because everybody that gets in the ring doesn't know what the hell they're doing. So like it's a whack ass fight.
That's why Snoop Dogg had the best commentary.
Yeah, like actual fucking like boxing or like MMA, like people in that realm, like they hate how like the Paul brothers have gone into it.
Yeah.
Like Dana White, the president of the UFC, when a reporter asked if he's ever gonna fight Conor McGregor, he said like, "Fuck no," like I'm never gonna, like he's like, I'm not gonna let some like YouTube Disney star fight one of the best players, one of the best fighters in the world.
In the octagon?
Like
Yeah.
either way, like
dude, no.
in the octagon.
Okay, if
I don't
Jake
want to
gets in the octagon,
I don't
then
even
it's
want to bring
OD.
it up. Like when he drove by, I forgot his name. Conor McGregor's jiu-jitsu coach. I forgot his name, but he drove by him and he threw like eggs and toilet paper at him. Do you remember the video where I think it was Dustin Poirier, but he drove past him he was on the side of the road in LA, and he was like filming this show of like where he like talks and like eats this food from a food truck, and Jake Paul drives past him in a pickup truck, throws eggs and wet toilet paper at him. And then once he comes out to get Jake, he like drives off like as fast as he can.
Yeah, no shit.
No, because like, I mean, like, because he's one of the best like BJJ fighters in the world. He would have killed Jake Paul if he had caught him. Like, it would have been so sad. But I don't know.
They get it for the vlog.
He would have he would have lost an arm, dude. He would have lost an arm. But
Dude, watching UFC fights, especially, bro. All this blood, man. These guys are fighting like.
I love it, dude. Like Israel Adesanya just beat the other, like Israel Adesanya is the middleweight champion of the UFC, and he's undefeated. And he just fought another undefeated middleweight. I forgot his name. Fuck. But he beat him pretty handily, and it was, I don't know. I love the UFC so much. It really gets to me, man.
Dude, I wish I was keeping up with it. I just never really got into it. Like, I watched the big fights, like, with friends and stuff, but, like, I just never, like, got into it to, like, follow.
I don't know exactly when I started getting into it. I really can't trace it back, but, like, I guess independently, like, my dad is, like, super into the UFC. He has a podcast about the UFC where he talks about the UFC with other people.
Really?
Yeah.
Does he really?
Yeah, and he's really invested in it too. But I've never actually talked to him about it before, because I really started getting into it at the start of this year, and I haven't seen him since November of 2019.
Dude, didn't they have one of the UFC fights in Dubai?
Yeah, the
That's
latest,
so
the latest,
hard.
the ticket with Gaethje versus Nurmagomedov was in Dubai, and I watched Khabib, like, he did vlogs from his training camp, dude. That man is a fucking, like, he's a machine, dude. He, like, especially in the weight cuts where he has to wear sweatsuits and saunas, dude, to drop his water weight. It's so fucking intense.
Oh, that sounds miserable.
Yeah,
Dude,
and he's just
that
like
way.
he's like draining him, like his like sweatsuit, and it's just like gallons of sweat just coming out of him, and like just so he can make weight. It's fucking crazy. And then he gets in the ring and he fucking like rapes like anyone he's up against. It's amazing, dude. It's yeah, that's one sport where I'm pretty much like just as knowledgeable when it comes to, like, as you guys were with basketball as I am with the UFC, and maybe I should get you on it so I can talk to you about it. But besides that,
We gotta start watching some football, man. Gotta become some real American boy.
No,
Rural
bro,
American.
I can't.
Some
I
real
tried
American.
to, and I
Jack,
can't.
you can't drive a truck, go to Georgia, and not watch a goddamn.
Yeah,
game.
nah.
That's not how it works around here, Jack. I don't
Parsa, you
take
you
this
are
the wrong
so,
way if
like,
you want. Get
stereotypical
mad
and
if you
racist.
want,
It's
man.
Kind of funny.
You
It's
can't have a
almost kinda
red
funny
truck.
How stereotypical and racist you are.
You can't have a red truck, go to Georgia, and not watch football.
He just called you racist.
I watch football and I enjoy it.
stereotypical.
I'm just not gonna get super invested in it.
Oh,
I never
okay.
said I didn't like it or don't watch it.
Oh, I feel like that's what you said.
No. Mm-mm.
Such tension.
Such tension.
You two are gonna go to a couples retreat, okay?
Yeah, right. Couples counseling.
Yep.
Yeah, we're just gonna sit you guys down with the psychiatrist. Just be like, so where did the relationship
love
really?
that, actually.
Maybe once
That
a
would be
week,
a
you
great
guys.
video.
Once a week,
That'd